Brian K. Vaughan is an American comic book and television writer, best known for the comic book series Y, The Last Man, Ex Machina, Runaways, Pride of Baghdad, and Saga. Vaughan was a writer, story editor and producer of the television series Lost during seasons 3 through 5. He was nominated for a Writers Guild of America Award for Best Dramatic Series at the February 2009 ceremony for his work on the fourth season. The writing staff was nominated for the award again at the February 2010 ceremony for their work on the fifth season. He was formerly the showrunner and executive producer of the TV series Under the Dome. Wired describes Vaughan's comics work as quirky, acclaimed stories that don't pander and still pound pulses. His creator-owned comics work is also characterized by finite, meticulous, years-long story arcs, on which Vaughan comments, "That's storytelling, with a beginning, a middle, and an end. Something like Spider-Man, a book that never has a third act, that seems crazy." Eric Malinausky, also of Wired, has called Vaughan the greatest comic book visionary of the last 5 years, comparing him to Frank Miller, Alan Moore, Paul Pope, and Steve Niles, and praised his addition to the TV series Lost as redeeming that series' third season. Early life: Brian K. Vaughan was born in 1976 in Cleveland, Ohio, to Jeffrey and Catherine Vaughan. He grew up in Rocky River and Westlake. Vaughan and his older brother are both fans of writer Peter David, and according to Vaughan, their adolescent comics reading was largely defined by a shared love of David's 12-year run on The Incredible Hulk. Vaughan also cites Joss Whedon as the reason he wanted to become a writer, a decision he made while attending St. Ignatius High School, from which he graduated 1994. He then attended New York University to study film. While a student there, Vaughan took part in Marvel Comics' Stan Hatton Project, a class for fledgling comic book writers. Career: Vaughan's first credit was for Marvel Comics' Tales from the Age of Apocalypse #2. He would eventually write for some of the highest-profile characters at Marvel, including X-Men, Spider-Man, and Captain America. He would also write Batman and Green Lantern for DC Comics, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 8 for Dark Horse Comics. From 2002 to 2008, Vaughan, who came to prefer writing his own characters, wrote the creator-owned monthly series Y, The Last Man, a post-apocalyptic science fiction series about the only man to survive the apparent simultaneous death of every male mammal on Earth. The series was published in 60 issues by Vertigo and collected in a series of 10 paperback volumes. The series received Eisner Awards in 2005 and 2008, and numerous other nominations. The film rights to the series were acquired by New Line Cinema. Vaughan wrote his own screenplay for the project, though it was reported in March 2012 that Matthew Federman and Steven Skagg were in final negotiations to write their own version. In 2006, Vaughan published the graphic novel Pride of Baghdad, which centers on a group of lions who escape from an Iraqi zoo after the start of the Iraq War. IGN named it the best original graphic novel of 2006, calling it a modern classic, and lauding it for combining a tale of survival and family with a powerful analogy of war, and praising Vaughan for representing various viewpoints through the different lion characters. From 2004 to 2010, Vaughan wrote another creator-owned series, Ex Machina, a political thriller that depicts the life of Mitchell Hundred, a former superhero known as the Great Machine who, in the wake of his heroism during the September 11, 2001 attacks, is elected mayor of New York City. The story is set during Hundred's term in office, and interwoven with flashbacks to his past as the Great Machine. Through this, the series explores both the political situations Hundred finds himself in, and the mysteries surrounding his superpowers. New Line Cinema purchased the film rights to the series in July 2005, and commissioned Vaughan to write one of the two commissioned scripts, which he was reported to be working on in 2007. Following the conclusion of Ex Machina in 2010, Vaughan reiterated his previous statement that he would concentrate on creator-owned work, saying, "I realized when I turned in this final Ex Machina script that it would be the first time I wasn't under some kind of deadline at Marvel or DC since 1996. That's a huge chunk of my life to spend with those characters. I love them, and I still read Marvel and DC's superhero books. I just think I'm better when I'm working on my own creations. When there are so many talented creators out there who are better at that stuff than me, I should leave those characters to them. I should do what I'm fortunate enough to be in the position to do, which is to create more new stuff. Vaughan was a writer, executive story editor and producer for seasons 3 to 5 on the ABC TV series Lost, a job he earned on the basis of his work on Y, The Last Man, of which Lost co-creator and executive producer Damon Lindelof was an ardent fan. Lindelof showed that book to series showrunner and executive producer Carlton Cuse. Lindelof relates, "And I told him, we need a guy like this on the show, but I don't think he'd ever do it. I don't think he even works in LA, and the next thing we knew, he was on the show." He began his stint on the series as executive story editor with the episode The Man from Tallahassee, which premiered in March 2007. Vaughan continued as story editor on several episodes until he began writing episodes, beginning with the episode Catch-22, which Vaughan co-wrote with Jeff Pinker, and premiered in April that year. That episode was praised by Wired writer Eric Malinaski, who stated that the themes that Vaughan's carried over to Lost from his comics work, including intricately weaved storylines typified by pathos and hope, as well as pop culture references, redeemed that series' third season. Vaughan would write a total of 12 episodes, the last of which was the April 2009 episode Dead is Dead. He was first credited as a producer with the fourth season premiere The Beginning of the End, eventually acting as producer on a total of 29 episodes. He was also a co-producer on Lost, Missing Pieces, a spin-off internet short film series produced during the hiatus between the show's third and fourth seasons. In November 2011, Steven Spielberg selected Vaughan to adapt the Stephen King novel Under the Dome into a television series for Showtime, which is Vaughan's first television work since Lost. Vaughan is the showrunner and executive producer of the series. On March 14, 2012, Image Comics published the first issue of Vaughan and Fiona Staples' epic space opera fantasy series, Saga, which he conceived to be a concept strictly relegated to comics, and not adapted to other media. Although Vaughan was a child when he first conceived of the ideas for the book which owes its inspiration to Star Wars it was not until his wife became pregnant with his second child that he began to write the series, which harbors parenthood as an underlying theme. The series depicts two aliens from warring races trying to survive with their newborn daughter. The book is Vaughan's first publication for Image Comics, and represents the first time he has employed first-person narration in his comics writing. The first issue sold out of its first printing ahead of its March 14 release date, with a second printing ordered for April 11, the same release date for issue number 2. The series has received positive reviews from MTV, Ain't It Cool News, Comic Book Resources, IGN, Publishers Weekly and Time magazine. It has also appeared on the New York Times Graphic Books bestseller list, won 3 2013 Eisner Awards, and was nominated for a Hugo Award and 7 Harvey Awards. Personal life: Vaughan and his wife, a playwright, live in Los Angeles and have 2 children. Awards and nominations: wins, 2005 Eisner Award for Best New Series for Ex Machina, 2005 Eisner Award for Best Writer, for Y, The Last Man, Runaways, Ex Machina, 2007 Wired Magazine Rave Award, 2008 Eisner Award for Best Continuing Series for Y, The Last Man, 2008 Eisner Award for Best New Series for Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 8, 2013 Eisner Award for Best Writer for Saga, 2013 Eisner Award for Best New Series for Saga, 2013 Eisner Award for Best Continuing Series for Saga, 2014 Eisner Award for Best Writer for Saga, 2014 Eisner Award for Best Continuing Series for Saga. Nominations: 2005 Eisner Award for Best Single Issue or One Shot for Ex Machina No. 1, The Pilot, 2005 Eisner Award for Best Serialized Story for Ex Machina No. 2-5, State of Emergency, 2005 Eisner Award for Best Serialized Story for Y, The Last Man No. 18-20, Safe Word, 2005 Eisner Award for Best Continuing Series for Y, The Last Man, 2006 Eisner Award for Best Single Issue or One Shot for Ex Machina No. 11, Fortune Favors, 2006 Eisner Award for Best Serialized Story for Ex Machina No. 12 a Euro 14, Fact v. Fiction, 2006 Eisner Award for Best Serialized Story for Y, The Last Man No. 37-39, Paper Dolls, 2006 Eisner Award for Best Continuing Series for Ex Machina, 2006 Eisner Award for Best Writer for Ex Machina, Y, The Last Man and Runaways, 2009 Hugo Award for Best Graphic Story for Y, The Last Man, Volume 10, Whys and Wherefores. Bibliography, Marvel Comics, X-Men, Tales from the Age of Apocalypse No. 2, Sinister Bloodlines collected in X-Men, The Complete Age of Apocalypse Epic Volume 1 Cable No. 43, Broken Soldiers, Wolverine No. 131, It Fell to Earth, X-Men Unlimited No. 22, Cat and Mouse, Icons, Cyclops No. 1-4, Odyssey, Icons, Chamber No. 1-4, The Hollow Man, X-Men 2 movie prequel, Wolverine, Mystique collected as, Drop Dead Gorgeous, Tinker, Tailor, Mutant, Spy, Ultimate Collection. Ultimate X-Men, Volume 5 collects, The Tempest, Cry Wolf, The Most Dangerous Game. Volume 6 collects, A Hard Lesson, Shock and Awe, Ultimate Sacrifice, Magnetic North. Logan No. 1-3 collected as Wolverine, Logan. Kazar Annual 97, The Shadow of Death collected in Kazar Volume 2, What If? No. 112, New York. The New Savage Land. No Escape. Captain America, Sentinel of Liberty includes, The Great Pretender, An Ending. The Hood No. 1-6 collected as The Hood, Blood from Stones, 411 No. 2, The Clarion Call, Runaways, Volume 1 collects, Pride and Joy, Teenage Wasteland, Lost and Found, The Good Die Young, 18. Volume 2 collects, True Believers, Star-Crossed, East Coast West Coast, Free. Volume 3 collects, Dead Ringers, Parental Guidance, Dead Means Dead, Live Fast. Spider-Man Dr. Octopus, Negative Exposure No. 1-5 collected as SM-Do, Any Doctor Strange, The Oath No. 1-5 collected as Doctor Strange, The Oath, DC Comics, Batman, False Faces collects, Gotham City Secret Files, Skullduggery, Wonder Woman v2 No. 160-161, A Piece of You, Batman No. 588-590, Close Before Striking, Detective Comics No. 787, Mimsy with the Borogoves. The Titans No. 14, Chain of Command, Young Justice, Sins of Youth includes, Coming of Age. Other interests. JLA Annual No. 4, Ruins, Superman Annual No. 12, Whispers of the Earth, Green Lantern, Circle of Fire includes, Green Lantern, Circle of Fire No. 1-2 Green Lantern Adam Strange, We Ran All Night, Green Lantern Atom, Unusual Suspects. 9-11 Volume 2, For Art's Sake, Vertigo, Swamp Thing v3, Sow and Ye Shall Reap, In Lieu of Flowers, A Tree Falls in the Forest, Kill Your Darlings, Killing Time, Bitter Fruit, Arcane, Silk Cut, Red Harvest, Last of the Loose Ends, Rootless, Saga. Y, The Last Man, Volume 1 collects, Unmanned, Cycles. Volume 2 collects, One Small Step, Comedy and Tragedy, Safe Word, Widow's Pass. Volume 3 collects, Tongues of Flame, Hero's Journey, Ring of Truth, Girl on Girl, Boy Loses Girl. Volume 4 collects, Paper Dolls, The Hour of Our Death, Buttons, 1000 Typewriters, Kimono Dragons, The Tin Man, Chenna. Volume 5 collects, Motherland, The Obituarist, Tragicomic, Whys and Wherefores, Alas. Pride of Baghdad, Other U.S. publishers, Image, Noble Causes, Extended Family No. 1, The Widow collected in Noble Causes Archives Volume 2 Saga No. 1 ongoing. Dark Horse, Michael Chabon presents, The Amazing Adventures of the Escapist No. 3, Terrain in Hell collected in Michael Chabon presents The Amazing Adventures of the Escapist Volume 2 The Escapists No. 1-6 collected as The Escapists, Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 8 Number 6-9, No Future for You collected in Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 8 Volume 2. Wildstorm, Ex Machina collected as, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, Volume 5. Tom Strong Number 28, A Fire in His Belly collected in Book 5, Midnighter Number 7, Fait Accompli collected in Volume 2. Panel Syndicate, The Private Eye. Other works, television, Lost 3.17 Catch 22 AA Euro April 18, 2007, Missing Piece Number 3 AA Euro King of the Castle AA Euro November 20, 2007, Missing Piece Number 5 AA Euro Operation, Sleeper AA Euro December 3, 2007. 4.02 Confirmed Dead AA Euro February 7, 2008, 4.08 Meet Kevin Johnson AA Euro March 20, 2008, 4.09 The Shape of Things to Come April 24, 2008, 5.04 The Little Prince February 4, 2009, 5.09 Lamassed March 18, 2009, 5.12 Dead is Dead April 8, 2009. Under the Dome, Films, Why, The Last Man, Ex Machina, Runaways, Roundtable, References. External links, Brian K. Vaughan at the Internet Movie Database, Brian K. Vaughan at the Comic Book DB, Brian K. Vaughan shares his thoughts on the end of Ex Machina. Things from Another World. September 28, 2009, September 2006 Comic Book Resources interview with Brian K. Vaughan at Library of Congress Authorities, with 27 catalog records.